Hello, happy bros. Hey, you're about to get a face full of the Kenn Bosak. He's a mentor. That's what I heard. He's a connector. Oh, yeah. He's a brilliant leader. I've seen it. He's Kenn Bosak. Oh, happy bro. You gotta get some Bitcoin and hold it. Happy bros. You gotta get those NFTs and you gotta hodl that stuff. You gotta hodl it. Cause I'm Kenn bro. We got your Bitcoin, bro. He's an original. Buy some NFTs and hold them. How many times does he have to tell you? Going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. Going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're gonna get real high. 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 Yeah, we're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. Bro, we're going to the moon. Oh yeah, we're going to the moon. We're gonna get real high. Real high. Yep. Real high. Hello, happy bros. Come get your Kenn Bosak.
And we're live, bros.
Welcome to the show.
Thanks for tuning in, Scott. I see you in the chat, Blue, and we got N-Town. How goes it? Crypto. Much appreciate you all tuning in. Today, I got my co-host Nathan, our guest Satoshi. Hey. Sean, how goes it, bro?
What's up, man?
We're talking to both of us. It's going good, man. It's going really good. Glad to be here. I have actually missed you quite a bit, man. Yeah,
it's been a little while. I feel like we haven't done a stream since last year. I mean, not a whole year ago, but last year, right? Wasn't it in 2020, or did we do one recently?
I don't know. That's why I should know.
It's a blur. It's a blur.
Yeah, you get to more of an excuse when it comes to that, man.
This is our first time meeting, but good to see you again also. I love you and welcome. I love your arcade. A lot of people, they need to check that part out. Holy crap. You have some crazy stuff behind you.
Yeah, I got a couple odd things, man.
Just a couple.
Yeah.
Couple odds and ends. I just got 3 crappy paintings that I made myself. You actually have like stuff behind you.
I mean, I feel like I'm in a bubble.
It weirds me out a little bit to not see you like in your room with all the badges hanging over there.
Yeah, it is weird.
He's got those badges. He's probably got them handy.
I mean, I don't think so. No, they're hanging up over there now. Everything's all out of reach. It's weird. Yeah, I got all my art set up on the other side. Take this off. I don't give a shit. So I got like all my art on that side of the room.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got this green screen set up now, man. But it's cool. So I wanted to jump into the whole NFT talk with you real quick, man. See what your take is on things. What are you seeing, and what's really got your interest right now in the NFT space?
Wow.
I mean, did you see the Street Fighter stuff? I figured that might have been like on the top of your fucking list.
Yeah.
Well, it's coming out on.
It's already out.
Street Fighter, right?
No, Street Fighter NFTs are already out, dude. Official Capcom. they launched like last month on Wax. I got a bunch of those packs. Actually, no, I didn't. I only got one of each. Yeah, they only accepted credit cards. I would have got a bunch.
I need to get more into Wax, man. Because I've avoided NFTs. I have completely.
All right, so start with why.
Yeah,
you're an OG. You've been around, bro. So like, why did you avoid NFTs?
That's exactly your name is Satoshi.
That's what I'm about to. That's what I was about to say. Same with Kiffs. Kiffs is against NFTs. He hated NFTs. Like he would make a sour face when I bring them up. Now I've been around for a while. When NFTs first came up, I thought that they were amazing. But for like traditional boring uses, I thought that they were amazing. I thought they were like change the world amazing. Because I looked at them as like putting your driver's license or a car title as an NFT. So people can't change the odometer. There's certain things that need to be immutable. Yeah. And that like Antonopoulos said, blockchain doesn't, eliminate fraud, but it makes it a lot harder to do because it makes it transparent. So I thought that was really important. And then things like that we take for granted, like house titles and land titles. If you're in a lot of countries where the government is completely unstable, you could have a farm or a plantation or something that's been in your family for 100, 200 years. And then, the government changes real quick and some soldiers come and take it. You have no actual paperwork. You have nothing to prove it's yours. It's been in your family for generations. And then let's say things get fixed a year down the road. You have no way to get it back. You have no proof of that.
It's hard to prove your reparations or something like that, right?
So if that's what I thought NFTs were, that was like one of the biggest things that could change. We were talking about having sovereignty over your money with crypto. This literally gives you sovereignty over like your possessions because you can put them on the blockchain.
So the whole dick pic NFTs and cats on the NFT block, like that stuff's really not piquing your interest.
That's when it's like I didn't understand entertainment NFTs, and I knew you were going to bring this up. Sounds ridiculous with a person with a bunch of collectible shit behind me. That
I was like, what are you talking about, dude?
Yeah, like I got Don Dawkins sunglasses here somewhere on my desk, man. But like I would pay like a bunch of money for certain things that have value to me, and there's things that have value to a lot of people that nobody else gives a shit about.
Yep.
There's like a phaser behind me that it's like $300, but like some kid will come over and want to play with it. Like, no, you can't play with my toy.
Yeah.
You don't know. So, I can understand the collectibleness of it, but I think because I thought of them as I was a little uppity when it came to entertainment NFTs. I still call them entertainment NFTs, like some super old dude, that no one calls them that. But Lee only saw them as entertainment NFTs, the Kids Crypto. Which check out Kids Crypto. It's a good channel. Check out my channel, Satoshi. But so I keep telling him, and he's like, I can kind of see that, but fuck NFTs. They're stupid. I don't get it. It literally was like, I can't understand it, so I don't want to mess with it. Then I looked at Veve and Ecomi, and they are just starting out in the licenses, which Street Fighter is one of them, which I was very excited about because the Street Fighter game behind me. I'm a Street Fighter OOG. So
Oog.
The double OG, the original gangster. But I thought that was coming out on Veve, so I called him at 4 a.m. I'm like, dude, you got to look at this, man. He's like, oh, it's fucking NFTs. I was like, yeah, it's NFTs. Look at it. And I said, they have Back to the Future. So this dude, worked the licenses for Pokemon, for Ninja Turtles. I said, this is like the team is really good. And then he starts looking at it, and he invested right then. Like, I woke him up, and he's like, all right, this is it. Now, he's like, hey, did you see this NFT? Did you see this shit's coming up? He's like you, man. He literally did a video. He's like, yeah, I've been bitten by the bug now.
Yeah.
So, and it's weird, man. Once you start looking at them, you're like, oh, that's kind of cool. Yeah, it's only $40. Like, a month ago, it'd have been like $40 for a digital picture. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Well, that's how people feel about Bitcoin. They're like $55,000 for a digital dollar thing. Like, that's stupid.
And that's the point that
and that's what you said too. Like, you didn't understand it.
Yeah.
Warren Buffett doesn't understand Bitcoin, and that's why he's been missing out on being like the richest man in the world.
I didn't understand Bitcoin years ago, and I was buying a shirt for my kid, and one of my kids, or I don't know, a couple of them. There's 4 of them. So
busy breeder.
But it was they're 2 sets of twins, so it was only 2 shots.
That was it. Work smart, not hard. I feel you.
Yeah.
Yeah, smarter, not harder.
Well, it was hard to work, dude. It was hard work. I raised them by myself, so it was tough.
Respect, bro.
Yeah,
But,
respect, man.
But the site $6 shirts, they're still around, and they did like we take Bitcoin. I'm like, what's Bitcoin? So my son's like, oh, it's a digital money, and he was explaining it, and I was like, I can
Smart
make
kid.
money for free on my computer and then get these shirts for free. He's like, no, Dad, they take a lot of electricity. I was like, yeah, the computer's already on, dude. Like it's being used. So I had to go through all this shit.
It's like, he doesn't know, but I already paid the electric bill. That's a thing.
Yeah. So I'm like, the computer's on. I'm already using computer power right now, and the electricity.
And nobody's paying you for it.
Yeah, I said, so I can just make money with it. Do I have to print it? Do I need to get more ink for the printer? Because that's a deal breaker.
That's a deal breaker.
So I literally I got like 200 Bitcoin. I buy the shirt, right? I probably had like 15, 30 Bitcoin left. And I was like, that was the worst experience of my life. That took me like 2 days to do. I was like, this is stupid. So the computer's trash with like 30 Bitcoin on it.
Yeah.
15 Bitcoin gone.
Okay. Bitcoin /Ethereum price. The
Computer.
Bitcoin price.
Shut up.
Damn.
You just heard her feelings. I heard her sigh and just like,
Again.
She usually says something smart when I say shut up, but all right.
Be seen, not heard, I guess. Okay. Yeah, it's tough, dude.
So, I get it.
But
It is a bad first
originally-
user experience. So it definitely, I mean, even to this day, I would imagine 1 out of 10 people will probably come away with a positive first time use case or experience using crypto.
It's
And
tough.
this was like 2010.
Right.
So it was
Yeah.
very difficult. But my point is, I didn't understand Bitcoin. I was like, screw that crap. But then I started hearing about people making money on it. And I was a financial advisor. And I was like, I don't understand any of that, but I understand that. So I looked at it for the speculation. I looked at it for the investment. And then once you look at it and once you see blockchain, which we've all talked about it, once you just look down the rabbit hole a little bit, you fall right in and it's over, and then it opens your mind, your eyes and your mind to so much else you can see, just the whole monetary system, the house of cards that it's built on, because that was part of that. I was part of the legacy financial institutions. And, I thought they were rock solid, insurance companies and banks and, so it's the way of things. It is the way, and then when you really look at how things are and the fact that the dollar's just going to zero, I mean, you can, and people say Bitcoin's going to go to zero. It's going to go to zero. It might, but the dollar will.
Well, that's when Bitcoin goes to zero, when we stop accepting dollars for our Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bitcoin's worth $0 because nobody's willing to accept it.
Wants. Yeah. Yeah. I guess it goes up, 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 and then.
Yeah, it goes all the way up until zero.
Yeah.
The dollar bubble. It finally pops.
The dollar pop.
That's the dollar bubble.
The dollar bubble.
Well, I think what we're seeing with NFTs right now, especially with the entertainment NFTs, like you mentioned, it's kind of making money irrelevant and kind of obsolete. Like, people much rather have a screenshot from fucking Jack Dorsey or an NFT from Elon Musk or a digital image from Beeple than physical millions of bills, and even Elon Musk said he'd rather have, a 420 million Doge than, $69 million. What is money when people stop acknowledging it, for their goods and services? And it's happening. And I think NFTs are what are bringing us there.
Also,
it's that Austrian school of economics at the heart of everything. It's like value is subjective. There's a lot of these things that are involved in that, like gold, why is it valuable? It's a rock, it's heavy. Try to take 1 million of it on your plane to another country. Like, you'll probably get arrested. Like, you're never going to get it in your car. It's too heavy. Like, there's all these things, but you can put $1 billion on a thumb drive in your pocket and go anywhere in the world you want.
You just remember
like, just
12 words.
Yeah. And just that alone though, whereas you would need 12 men to guard your gold in the same amount. So it's like,
well, that's where I'm talking to Sean about the NFT stuff in that sense is, what we saw with that Banksy being burned and, imagine trying to get a $69 million Beeple piece of art from the auction house into your living room. Do you know how much money you're going to spend on a security company to transport that piece of art? And then do you know how much money you're going to have to put down for insurance on that art? And now because it's in your living room, do you know how much money your homeowners is going to go up? All of that is a problem, but you don't have to worry about all of these physical woes when it comes to, the digital error, but we do have digital woes.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Because it's an NFT, it's not really in your house. It's on the blockchain. So wherever you store that NFT, you could store it in a vault, in the, in a bank or in a secure location. And it wouldn't touch you could still have access to it, but it wouldn't fuck with your homeowner's insurance. As long as you have access to the blockchain to it. So it's just another plus.
Well, I think, especially talking about that even, and you were talking about like real use cases earlier, would be cool to see, the way we do engagements with businesses as we start to use more cryptocurrency experiences by going and shopping and spending it, having receipts will just be on the blockchain. So, if you have a fire in your house, and most people know if you deal with homeowners insurance, you need your receipts for everything that you lost in that fire or in that flood or whatever may have, damaged your home. You have to prove purchase of every item that you want to claim. That is not very feasible for the average person. Even when they try to collect their receipts, they're probably in the house that was fucking destroyed. So it's like, it's a double fuck. But now you can go to your blockchain and say, hey, this is my Bitcoin address. Here's all the transactions I've done. And you could start to have that security. And I think we'll see NFTs be receipts when you go to the store and you buy something physical, like those Garbage Pail Kids. You're probably going to get physical goods with that NFT receipt that you could put in your wallet and use as like these things. And I don't know, I'm just rambling, but
well, I mean, we're doing a show on Friday, and I had a lot of questions because when it comes to entertainment NFTs, I'm still pretty new.
Yeah, we'll definitely talk about that on your show, so we'll save that so people will have to tune into Satoshi Sean's YouTube channel to get that content. I do want to say thank you to Anthony in the chat right now for the €11 super chat. Said, yo guys.
Oh,
thanks for the euros, bro. Yeah, they're always better than the USD. I'll take a hit for you, Anthony. Thank you very much.
I'm going to do it over here. So I'm a corporate, whatever you call it. I don't know.
Uh-oh.
Oh boy.
Uh-oh, we're gonna get copyright striked. What's going on?
One thing I was gonna say on that.
DMC's coming. Run DMC.
It seems like one of the things that's gonna hold this stuff up is people don't want the responsibility of being in control of all this stuff and potentially losing their stuff, like losing their keys, or,
that's
or
why
losing
VV
access
is
to an
different.
NFT or something. Well, yeah.
VV doesn't give you your private keys, and that's why I don't buy any VV. I won't buy.
But then that's the other problem. So it's like there's always a compromise between: are you responsible or are you a crypto ideologue?
Well, the ideology though is fundamental. If you don't have the ability to, if it's not an open source blockchain, if it's not something that you can back up the asset's ownership and transfer ownership without a custodial permission, it's not an NFT. And that's VV. And that's those, those centralized blockchains like Flow. Flow right now, their roadmap may be whatever, but right now they're a centralized digital collectible selling Top Shot screenshots, essentially, because I can't back up my private keys. And I can't run the blockchain, I can't secure it. So it's like, that's how I feel about those VV, but they are providing that service to those exact people you're talking about.
Yeah, but that's the thing is, it's like you said, they're not actually using blockchain. They're not actually using, like they're not actually using the technology. They're just kind of like using a facilitator that uses the technology.
It's an
I think a really big point is that it's going to get them to look down the rabbit hole.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, I think that's important. It's important. But I think also, like, the point I was making is no matter what we do, there's still a good percentage of the population that just doesn't want the responsibility of dealing with this stuff on that level, being their own bank, knowing that they could like lock themselves out of something forever scares the shit out of them.
McLovin
They'd
says
rather
Wax
somebody
is
else
no
lose
different. Wax is completely different, bro. The Wax Cloud wallet that you use to log in with Google is just an option.
Yeah.
I have the private keys to my
You do
NFTs
Anchor.
because I
Shit,
use an
saying that
Anchor
to
wallet.
Ken's like fighting.
Yeah, Anchor wallet.
Yeah, I'm like, it's not the same though. Wax is different in the sense that you have the option of using a Google account and logging in and dealing with that, or you could make your
You say
public key,
something about
private
Wax?
key.
Talking about my old
Yeah.
lady? What?
Yeah, don't talk about my main bitch like that.
I'm talking about
That's
our
my
own
top
lady.
dollar
No,
bottom
but
hoe.
that's what I like about Wax. It's got an easy onboarding mechanism for newbies, and that's the Google Cloud. Everybody uses Google for everything. So if you just get there, you start to understand it, and then you go like, "Oh, this isn't like
But
This
that's,
is
I don't have
insane.
full control."
that's one of
And
the big.
then you
one of
evolve
the big
to
points.
Anchor.
That's one of the big
Yeah.
points, Nate. What you consider easy, what we consider easy, is not really that easy for the average idiot. And you have to, and I could say redneck. I say lots of euphemisms, but most people are like, "What? I gotta just like copy and paste something."
Yeah.
No, no way. It has to be super, super easy. But you made a comment, Nathan, when you're talking about driving, the price, entertainment, or what was it? I said when the Doge craze went up a few weeks ago, I was like, who's to say what makes value? Does entertainment make value? In the end, in the true free market, people decide whatever they like. So if that's
Love creates value.
Yeah,
If
whatever.
you love something, you're willing to pay for it.
Yeah,
And
that's a
and
really
then
good
love
point.
creates community, and community manages value and manages funding. And so I think it's like a lot of it just comes down to love. That's why I always say it.
That's why I can't wait for Satoshi Sean NFTs. Like I have mine.
Yes.
Crypto Stash has his. There's a couple content creators that are in this space that I've been friends with that are like, yeah, it's cool to send a super chat when your friends are live streaming, but it's a lot fucking cooler to buy one of their NFTs and you make sure, they're going to get the full value that you wanted to donate to them and you get a cool NFT instead of a PayPal receipt. There's just a different way to support the ones you love with love. And I think we're gamifying it with that. Yeah, with the staking, exactly.
I'm getting
It's beautiful.
I'm getting a deek made. So I'll send you a deek pic. A deek.
A what?
A what?
I don't
A
know.
deek?
I'll send you a deek pic from.
Oh, a deek.
Oh, a deek pic. Got you.
You were just talking about the dick shaped.
Dude,
NFTs.
I have the first dick pic NFT, except I didn't do it right. I used a really bad image host that ended up blacklisting the dick pic that I used to store on, I didn't use IPFS and it was early. I was young and I did it in 2017, but I do have an NFT that's supposed to be my dick on the blockchain from,
Have y'all not seen the NFTs? They're like, they're little. They look like dicks. But they're like little cartoon dudes.
Yes, I actually have an artist in my Telegram chat. I forget her name at the moment. God, please forgive me. I know Smart Digital Payments. Her name. She makes like physical and virtual digital dick art, and it's absolutely amazing. It's so great. It's so great.
Yeah, you'll post one occasionally.
I never will look at a lighthouse the same.
Oh yeah, I can see that. It's interesting. It's like
I
that
can't
scene from
unsee that.
Superbad, like the scene from Superbad.
I feel like she's exactly like that kid. Do you have any dick NFTs, Sean? Is that what you were gonna get at?
No, I'm making this project's called Deek, DEEK.
DEEK, got it.
Yeah,
Deek.
DE. Right.
Deek.
I thought y'all were just talking about that because they're this brand new project, and they're literally like, but they like make fun of themselves.
No, we were talking about our Twitter DMs where we get all these deep pics every day. We're like, stop it.
Oh, really?
I know you like this show, but stop it. I'm blocking you now.
I do not have that problem at all. I got a problem with people like, hey, can I have some money?
I get a lot of that too. Like, hey, I told you about this thing. Give me some money. I'm like, you didn't do anything. Like, thanks for telling me something, my friend. But like now I owe you money. It's crazy.
Scammers. I had a Satoshi Sean come into our group. It's like, hello everyone, I have an investment for you.
Oh my god.
Everyone's like, you're not.
You're not.
Get the fuck out of here. Why do you speak to me this way?
So how are you going to get involved with the NFT stuff, man? Tell me you're visioning a way to utilize this technology
Yes.
in a way that fits
I had a lot of
you.
questions. I had a lot of questions. One I have is,
Hit us.
could an NFT be a copy of a physical collectible and then also count for the absolute proof that that physical collectible is legitimate?
I'll let
Like,
Nathan touch on this because I know we're going to do a podcast on your show, so I'll let Nathan touch on that.
well,
I would go
let me
ahead
tell
and
you. Let
say
me tell you what I
yes.
mean. Like, if I
Okay,
buy an
come on.
autograph picture, it usually comes with a little piece of paper
Mm-hmm.
which says this is an autograph. This is a certificate of authenticity. But then there's no real proof that it was that, or it could come with a picture of like the dude signing it. But you don't.
Right.
I mean, it could still all be completely fake.
So,
So if I
what
buy
we
an
do,
autograph, would there be NFTs for that?
yeah. So like what you could do is you would embed like an NFC chip into like the headshots essentially that we're getting autographed.
Mhm.
And then kind of, I guess, like you said, like kind of take a photo, put that on the blockchain, and you would verify that, you would program in all the information on the blockchain, the metadata into the NFC chip, and they're connected in that way, so that you can read it with your phone. Like, all right, yeah, all this stuff matches up. This is the legit one. So yeah, like you can easily combine these things too.
And somebody in the chat already said that's not going to be easy or whatever because every art piece would need a chip. And actually, it's not a chip. It's NFC is very thin copper
You just
threading.
tape it, paint over
There's
it.
clothing that is using this technology right now. And you can
Yes.
look it up. Under Armour is developing smart shirts for athletes. It is just a T-shirt, like it just has NFC threading, like copper threading in it, and you can take your smartphone out, tap it to it, and be able to read information from that.
Well, you could also
it's
just put it
happening.
on. You could also just put it on the back.
Well,
and just
yeah,
QR codes even are like even easier in some ways, you know.
Yeah.
You could generate a QR code just on your computer.
I mean, if you look
with
at like
anything
the
printed out.
collectibles industry, that's a massive.
Well, you got to think,
Big counterfeiting too.
how valuable is a Charizard right now? It's like 120 grand, right? For a first
Well, it's
edition
the same as the
holographic
fashion
Charizard.
industry.
But how do you know to trust that this PSA or IBEC or whatever card that I have that's a 10 out of 10 that I'm handing you is legit? How do you know that it's not something that I counterfeited from PSA? How do you know I don't have a friend that works there that just like hooked me up with some cases to make my own? And how do you even know that the card inside is even a real card beyond like, but we all still have that trust factor that we have to just say, all right, that has to be a real Charizard. It looks like a real PSA case. It looks real in every way that, would be possible. The thing is, though, when you get into the NFTs, the digital and the way that we're going to see those cards on that material, probably using not something stick to the back of it, but the material that it's used, it'll be printed on, that will be embedded in the fibers, will be that thing that can tie something physical to the virtual world. We need the IoT that doesn't exist yet to bridge those gaps. And we didn't need to build bridges to landmasses that didn't exist. But now that we see that landmass out in the far, that is the blockchain, that are, cryptocurrencies and NFTs, we can see the horizon, we see the landmass, we know that we have to start building bridges to it. And that is the IoT. Physical ways of doing these, getting rid of that human, interaction, that garbage in, garbage out. That can be done with IoT, and the incentive has never been bigger than now to do it. And I think NFC technology is going to be huge. Fuck QR codes.
It also lowers the price of a lot of that. Like 3 years ago, we were talking about this exact same thing, fashion. When it comes to like purses and all that, the designer shit. But we talked about supply chain logistics. So there had to be something from start to end. So you knew, and there had to be something scannable and all that. With just an NFT, you don't have to worry about the whole supply chain, and you don't have to worry about the trackability of all those steps. You just need the end product. If there's the the handbag, it has it embedded in it. Now I know that it's valid. Whereas the other one, you had to have like a digital bodyguard the entire way through where now you don't need that.
Yeah, it's
And
a lot
that-
of expensive
Absolutely.
infrastructure, bro.
It's a lot of money saved.
Yeah.
Man.
Yep. Yeah,
I've been
but that's
working
the
with a
thing,
lot
though,
of
right?
fashion brands about this, dude, because counterfeiting's huge in the
People
fashion
think
industry.
this is going to cost companies too much to utilize, and they don't realize how
Yeah.
much money this is actually
Yeah.
going to save them. You know, and maybe starting, you know, the infrastructure utility, that might be costly, but they
Add a
have
few cents per
long-term
product.
projections. When they go, hey, this could save the business fucking 30% in 10 years, damn right they're going to get to it today.
I mean,
Yeah.
but and like I look at it in more of the boring ways.
Oh, I got to do
For-
shout out real quick. Sorry, guys. Smart Digital Payments said her name is, and I can't believe I forgot. I knew it was decentralized. Decentralized D.
Yeah. That's what
Oh,
I
it's
say. It has to
perfect.
be.
Yeah, so
Yeah, it
check
has
out
to be. I was like,
Decentralized D.
decentralized. I was like,
Her
make
dicks
it
are
D.
Yeah, I know that
Your
name
dick.
now.
Your
No,
dick.
I've
yeah.
never seen a more beautiful dick in my life. But anyway, yeah,
They
decentralized
need a Rob
D.
Deerdick collaboration. So,
But what
yeah.
I was saying, like the more of the boring stuff
Stupid joke.
is it's going to lower prices for consumers, because if you find a way to stomp out competition of fake originals, whether it's
Yeah.
fashion, whether it's collectibles, that means there's less on the market. So you're not competing now by raising your prices to have to combat all the fake
Well, do you
shit.
know how much money goes into making the dollar and updating it so it can't be counterfeited? You know, like look at your $100
Printing more
bills
dollars.
today as opposed to a $100 bill 20 years ago. Do you know how much money it costs to make a new $100 bill as opposed to how cheap it was to make an original $100 bill? They're going to look at this technology and of course they're going to be like, wow, this could save us a lot of money.
Well,
We
I mean,
lose money printing money.
I could
though.
see the
We're
next
like,
$100 bill
people-
having a thread in it that is NFC. And instead of taking
Yeah.
a pen and swiping a pen on it to see if it changes colors, the register will let you know immediately as that $100 bill touches it if it's counterfeit or not from the NFC in the money.
mhm.
It would be very simple and honestly costs a lot of money to
Like
print
the
money
next
too, and that's
$100
the other
bills
thing
will
people
be
don't
NFTs.
understand.
They'll all be NFTs.
Yeah.
That the serial
Everything's
numbers
gonna be
on
NFC
them.
material. You're gonna have NFC canvas, NFC paper, all this.
Yes.
Everything's gonna be designed to be readable on the
Yeah.
blockchain or just by
Or read write.
electronics in
Maybe
general.
some things will be read write,
Yeah.
and now you can write data to things. And I think that's what a lot of people are going to get into. Is, you know, I see artists making clay, right? Like these clay pots
Yeah.
or like clay sculptures. And the first thing coming to my mind is, why don't you put an NFC right inside of that
I'll
clay
put in
pot?
there.
You know,
Just push
and
it in.
you lock into a write only. You can mint an NFT, say this NFT is to the, and then now you can like really start to bridge that, and it's going to start from
Yeah.
the very small independent artists, because these companies that are mass producing art aren't going to be able to get ahead of that, you know, curve fast enough. This is the paradigm shifting opportunity of, like, you know, when, you know, the printing press was created and the kings were shitting themselves. Right now, we are all printing our own money. And goddamn better believe all the fucking kings are shitting themselves right now.
Yeah.
Another
Well, that's the
another
thing. We're
paradigm
making
shift.
new kings now.
Another
We're
paradigm shift
creating
that
new
I
ones.
can see is like when the printer came out, and how you didn't need to go to a printer store. You didn't need to pay a third party to make a copy of something. That's kind of what this is for digital artists. For decades now, there's been so many people that go to, you know, school for graphic art, and they've been, when it comes to making money, they've been really bound to those big corporations like you're talking about. And then with like Fiverr and stuff like that, they had more of an independent way to make money, a way to put themselves out there as more free agents. Whereas before, the only way they really could make money was to get a job from the corporate tit and suck off it.
Mm-hmm.
And now with these platforms, it kind of just takes like Fiverr and blows it up. It's just a straight avenue for these digital artists to really put their stuff out there. They don't need to worry about, you know, landing a gallery that's going to sponsor them or do it's all right there. You just got to go and put it out there. And it really is the talent that drives it, you know, not who, it's more of what you do than who you know, where it pretty much has been that when it comes to all digital art and graphic artists. You could have a lot of talent and be able to make amazing stuff, but it's just you sitting at your computer unless you have a big corporation or some other entity that's going to help you
Well,
put
this
it
is
out
why
there.
I try to let people
Yeah, this
know that
helps you.
this is where we're going to see the same type of disruption that we've seen when the internet came about, right? First, there was Blockbuster and Tower Records and Yellow Cab. The internet comes
Yeah.
around and they're no longer here. They're completely gone from existence and replaced, not made better, replaced. It's not a better version of Blockbuster. Netflix is Netflix. Blockbuster is dead. And
Yeah.
what we're seeing now with the way blockchain is coming into the mainstream, same disruption we've seen the internet. Netflix is going to see the next like what happened to Blockbuster is already happening to Netflix. What happened to Tower Records? I'm seeing iTunes shitting themselves with artists like Blau and Dead Mouse, fucking even shithead Shoulder Boy, like all these artists getting into selling their art and music as NFTs and not needing a production company to fund the studio time. They could just sell an NFT and airdrop the music when it's done to people. That's what I'm seeing. Like we're gonna see Tower Records,
Yeah.
iTunes, MetaMask, or Rarible, or Atomic Hub, or Ghost Market are going to replace these industry leaders that we see right now and make it as if they were so irrelevant. It's like I can't believe we even use them.
Yeah, and it's cool that as an artist myself, I see this thing where it's like I've been given an opportunity, and I see all my friends agree that are artists. They're like, "Oh, we can finally like out hustle the big company."
Yeah.
Like we can monetize our hard work. So like now it's not like you said, like there's some artists that just kind of sit there and like, oh, here's my stuff. Like if we make good work and we like really put it out there, we can actually compete now with like large entities, which wasn't even possible
you just have to have
before.
the talent.
Yep.
Yeah, talent plus hard work, and you're gonna get similar results as these big dogs
You
out
have to
there.
have
'Cause
love too.
we
I
got a
think
shot.
the way that these companies can't make communities the way we
dude.
can. They just can't
They have
build
no
a
heart.
community, right? And they can't though. They're so big. If they try to build a community, they're gonna say something that they agree with their community, and one person's gonna disagree, and cancel culture's coming for
Yeah.
fucking Walmart and Wendy's or whatever, right? As soon as they try to make a Telegram or a Discord around their products, it's not possible. Coca-Cola can't start a community like you can watching this podcast right now. And that's the advantage we have, is that, we can build communities, and they can't. We are their community if you think about it, and they don't fucking engage with us. So why are we having one-sided financial conversations with big brands like, Coca-Cola, when I know people that have, soda companies in my local neighborhood, and I just, get a couple cases from them. I think that's we're headed back to a barter-esque economy due to that community engagement, that hey, I got this soda NFT, but I need some eggs. You have some chickens. Do you want to give me some chickens for the soda? Or what? We're going to gamify society in a way that it's going to look like
now we're
Oregon Trail and
now we're getting into my area, man.
Yeah, dollar bills are a middleman.
Yeah, that's when governments get
control.
Scared. Yeah, they should be scared.
Money is just a control mechanism.
I can buy
it's
futures.
Gamification.
Hear me out.
Dollars are gamification.
I can buy futures on Satoshi Sean. Sell some NFTs. Yeah. I can long the shit out of you. And if you get famous and you get more fans and they want your NFTs, I bought futures in you, bro. What?
Yeah, and here's the other thing. You can compete with these companies.
If you have a pizza store and you're selling slices of pizza, I'll buy 1,000 slices of pizza NFTs. I just long slices of pizza.
Yeah, and these big companies don't love themselves. And that's the thing. They have trouble building community and inspiring love from their community because they hate themselves. These are big self-loathing corporations that move slow, they waste a lot of money, and they chew people up and spit them out left and right daily. Like, they don't love themselves. They're too negative to do that.
How many people do you think...
And they can't create community if they hate themselves.
How many people do you think, have had a shit experience working at Amazon and quit using it? A lot of people. A lot of people that have that, like, I worked at Amazon. It's an awful fucking place. And they just don't use Amazon anymore. And people are voting with their money to corporate. Yeah. We've seen it, we've seen it happen. And I don't know. It's just going to be interesting to see the way that individuals, these underdogs, can right now shift the paradigm of the corporate takeover where, like, Satoshi Sean said, artists out there making entertainment, they don't need permission from iTunes to sell their music anymore. And they don't need to give up a percentage of their income and revenue for that permission.
Also, they have more freedom where you don't have to bow down. If you go and they're like, hey, we don't like this. Can you take this word out of this song? Can you change this, or we won't put your album out?
Yeah, we don't have to be scared anymore.
Yeah,
we don't have to be afraid. We can be ourselves as artists.
It empowers people, in this case, artists, just like everything else with or most everything else with blockchain and with crypto. It really empowers and gives people sovereignty over whatever it was. It was money. Now it's art. It's always been the future of humanity.
Yep, we're in another renaissance right now, and people I don't think are aware of this. If you could look back and see how it was when art first became this form of store of value. I brought this up before, but a lot of people were spending money on banners for their bars and flags for their armies to hold and hang high during war. And art, the Renaissance was huge for art and entertainment. Plays and playwrights and the theater alone. And what we're seeing right now is the same level of social excitement for art and entertainment right now. And they had, I think it was like the Black Plague or whatever the fuck that really kicked it off, but we have COVID that's kicking it off for us. And this is what history's repeating itself.
Yeah, well
fear of death means opportunity.
Are under control, whether that's from religion, or it's from government, or it's from just brute force. Whenever those yokes are broken, people are free to really prosper and create. We were talking about the barter system. If I need my roof fixed, and you come over, it's like, hey, I'll fix that for you. And I'm like, hey, I got like three deer I shot. Here, it's in the freezer. I'll give you all that. The government's like, hey, how much does that cost? What is our cut? What did you people just do in that transaction? And it infuriates them because they can't get their cut, of anything.
Well, they could, and this is how they will. They're going to become miners. That's all. They'll run nodes. They'll be validators. Yeah. They'll start developing code. That's how the government's going to get involved in this. They know that if they can't force us to give up anything, if you can't beat them, join them. That's what they're going to do. They can print all the money they want for free. So what they're going to do is they're going to print a fuck ton of money like they have been doing, and then they're going to use that money to stimulate the economy by investing in a fuck ton of infrastructure around Bitcoin mining, because they see the dominance that China has at 70% mining dominance on Bitcoin. The US government's definitely going to get involved because they know that if they're not mining, they're not earning.
Yeah, China's trying to game theory us with that because they realize that the future is digital currency. If they control it, it doesn't matter who controls everything now.
They're not even trying to control it. They're just happy earning the mining rewards, bro. They're just sitting back and enjoying it. Venezuela's doing the same thing.
Strategically though, it's like if there was this kind of animosity between the two nations, like we assume, that would be kind of, we say, like, work smarter, not harder type of thing. That's like the easiest way to get it done. If they already have compromised with the thought in their mind that, Sean, all right, this isn't going to happen for a while, then that's like the best way to do it. It's no effort. They just do it.
Right. No, I feel you. Sean, what do you think about this being the next space race where governments are going to go fucking broke trying to figure out how to break this, make this their own, and use it? I mean, could this be that where, we saw happen in like the 1960s? Could we see happen in the 2020s?
I love you, man.
Yeah, me too.
But I'm not positive on this, dude. When it comes to
okay, I thought you were going somewhere else.
No, I'm completely very doom and gloom on this. Governments are just they're fucked up. They're evil. They're about control, and in the end, they will cut off their own nose to spite their face. I don't know if they're like, you can't beat them, join them. I think you can't beat them, blow the whole fucking thing up. But we'll die. Fuck them. You know what I mean? We went through, like Gandhi said, they laughed at us, they're, ignored us. And I think when we come to the fight, it's going to be a fight, man. I think we're going to have a fighting stage between the new stuff and the legacy stuff. And I don't think it's going to be pretty. I think people aren't as ready for it because there is so much love and there's so much positivity. I don't think people see the evil for what it is, man.
Well, we're definitely sitting on like a really good, scapegoat route for the government, right? 25 something trillion dollars in
Yeah.
debt. They're going to blame Bitcoin and crypto, and just like what they blamed, Robinhood for everything with the, Wall Street bets and GameStop with the company shorting it. And it only took a couple stoners in their basements to long it to fuck it all up. And they're going to blame Robinhood. Yeah, they're going to allow Bitcoin to ruin everything. And they're going to blame everything that they did wrong on this. And they're going to get away with 100+ years of fucking up their government's currencies.
Dude, my cousin just got tax return for 10 grand and then got a stimulus check for whatever 5 grand, and they're obviously broke, they're poor, and she's like, how's the government getting everyone all this money? I'm wondering what's going on. It's like, because it's a scam, dude. I've been telling you for a long time. It's about to fall and burn, and this is an excuse. It's like, oh, everything's broke, everything's falling apart, everything's burning. Damn COVID and printing money. We had it. Well, what can you do? That's what caused it. It's like, no, dude, it's decades and decades of mismanagement of just printing money, of crony capitalism, of giving money to banks and corporations. There's no free market anymore. The air, what there should be in the United States? There should be one airline. There should be Southwest, because the airline industry fell.
That's communism.
No. It crashed.
I'm messing with you.
The airline industry completely crashed.
We bailed them all out, man.
Except for one company, was Southwest.
Not easy.
It was Southwest because they had the highest customer satisfaction rate. They did well. They ran their business well. They took care of their customers. And then when everything crashed, and the people, the airlines who have videos of people getting beaten and taken off the plane because they overbooked it, those airlines fell. And then that they should all go bankrupt. Southwest should be able to buy all their shit for 10 cents on the dollar, and then that builds a whole new airline industry at a new level of customer satisfaction. But no, the government prints a bunch of money and gives money to these dead corporations, and now everything's the same. That's not a real free economy. Those are like zombie corporations. They died. And the government just shocked them.
Yeah, but how would this be any different if they were running a DAO? They put out a proposal and they got people to invest in their ICO to bail them out. I mean, that's where you laugh, but that's where we're gonna head. Like,
no, I'm laughing because
10
you're
years
right.
From now, these companies will be DAOs. They'll fuck up, go belly up, and they're probably gonna put in a proposal, say, "Hey, we're gonna make this new utility coin. Buy it now. We're going to use the money to make the company better, and then we're going to give this utility to everybody and then sell that to I already see where this is going, and it's no better than what we already have.
Well, and that's why I laugh.
It's the same
pattern.
With better technology.
Yeah, it's the same thing that we've already had, this pattern, and it just we apply it to just different new scenarios every time. And we all forget, like, this is the same as the last, like, low-tech issue. Like, this is just the high-tech version of the problem that we just overcame.
But not really, dude. If they did that, though, they would have to answer to the people voting in the decentralized company.
Well, if they really wanted to deal with, like,
whereas now
voting
they just have
fairness in general, because voting is super fungible anyway. Like, all NFTs,
think they would be just as responsible to their shareholders, but it's the same difference.
Yeah, because they have the government. Has
to see shareholders.
They have the government and the money printers to just go
kiss
a couple asses and grease a couple palms, versus having to actually.
How's Tether any different? These companies are going to grease some palms at Tether, print some Tether, and then
blowing my mind with this shit.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I agree with you. What do you want me to just keep agreeing with you on stuff?
Yes. Just let us love you.
Tether's the central bank, man. It's a crypto central bank.
Yeah. That's exactly where I come to that answer to the whole thing. Like they with the DAOs and all that. Yeah, even if they don't get the money, they'll have Tether bail them out.
It just always goes back to that, and that's what I was saying. That it's kind of like in our nature to just apply these patterns to everything. We seek power more than actual money. Money is just a gamification source to gain power from. It's like, it's like how our planet gives you staking rewards. Like the government's giving you money to just keep doing what you're doing.
Some people want power,
that's-
but some people they just want freedom.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
well, that's the thing. We
we've
see that.
We've equated freedom with money, because you need to have money to be free to do stuff.
Well, that's the thing. And since we vote with our dollars, a lot of people have voted to not be free.
Yep.
And that's
Well,
what
they
we're
were
doing,
tricked.
is that we're the opposite voters. And we're like, hey, what? You're not listening. It's like, well, you've been voted against. And we just don't realize it a lot of times.
Yeah, that's why I do worry in general about things being, you know, open source and decentralized and this and that. I'm like, yeah, people are kind of stupid. Like, I'm waiting for the day that these Bitcoin developer geniuses implement a really fucked up BIP, because, you know, people do dumb shit. And that's all. I mean, they're still people at the
Yeah.
end of the day. They're the
That's
ones
my
at the
thing.
end that are going to implement these, you know, Bitcoin improvement protocols or implementations. And they're just going to be like, oh, yeah, we fucked up. Like, that's possible. It is totally possible. But everybody thinks these people are fucking omnipotent, you know, and it's.
Yeah, that's why it's important to forgive, but never forget, because we got to remember like where we've gone wrong. And if we keep making these mistakes at every new opportunity we get, it's just.
Well, that's
What's
what
the
I
point?
see, you know, when it comes
Yeah.
to the government and people voting for laws and shit. It's just the same ICO scammy shit, you know. These politicians run the same tactics. They
It's just-
trick
we're just
you
going in a
into,
circle.
you know, voting, and basically, you know, they rug pull. And
Yeah.
Well, there's no. I don't think there's any real politicians anymore. I don't think there's any real. Nothing matters. It doesn't. When you're voting for someone,
Yeah.
when you're voting for someone, the politician doesn't matter anymore. You know, because you got a guy who's like, hey, this is me, this is my wife. I go to this church, not that church. I want to do this. I believe in this. I believe in that. And then when they go to Congress, it's literally 100% of votes Democrat, 100% of votes. It could be like 95, you know, but they just vote party. So literally you could go out there, just some naked dude, you know, with like a banana hat on and be like, I'm a Democrat, vote for me.
I'm the banana hammock.
You know, there doesn't need to be any kind of debates or anything, because they don't do anything. None of them do. And if it's so obvious that it's a scam. I mean, you could have your friends, people that you're close to, that you're like, I like these people and I identify with them. And there's like 5 of you, and you all could have complete opposite
government ICO.
opinions on a lot of shit. You know, it's like one of you could hate fucking candy. Who the hell hates candy? But let's have a vote. Let's have candy. I'm against that. You know, and in Congress, that didn't happen. Literally 100% of all these people vote this way, so it doesn't matter. It's all a joke.
So how does anything about that get changed with technology, like what we're seeing be used with DAOs and tokens and NFTs? Like I
At the end of the day, people are stupid and people need to change. People need
Yeah,
to
we have the power to not care. We have the power to change. We have the power to move on. We have the power to just watch our own backs, but we're not going to take it.
We have the power to vote independent. We have the power to vote for libertarian, and nobody does.
So this is where I'm getting at with all of this. I think in the next 4
Oh.
years, we're going to see somebody, probably Brock Pierce, run again, of course. But somebody's going to come out as a Bitcoin billionaire, NFT billionaire. Like I saw Beeple on the news, and you know they said, so you know, what do you think about, you know, what are you going to do next? And he was like, I don't fucking know. For all I know, I could become president tomorrow. This is insane. And I was like,
Yeah.
Beeple, you're right. You could definitely become president. So maybe Beeple will run for president, and we, as you know, the community can fund his campaign. Doesn't need to sell the fuck
Yeah.
out to anybody. Doesn't need to promise anybody any laws will be written in their favor or any tax breaks will be given. We could do that shit. You thought Trump was going to drain the swamp? Wait till we throw somebody like fucking Beeple, who's just an artist, into the White House. That's what we're going to see for the first time ever. Is just like somebody like George Washington. You know, just, hey,
Yeah.
bro, want to go do something crazy? Here's a bunch of money. And now, not just one person, though, Sean, you're shaking your head. We're going to
And-
see hundreds of people running for
And
president.
I love you, man. I love you. I want you to know I love you, man. But once
But
again, on the other side, I think what we would see is him in a convertible driving down Dallas.
convertibles are nice, though.
He gets popped in the head like Kennedy.
Okay.
That's what I think.
Okay.
That's what I think would happen. There's a fight. There's always a fight, man. And people don't want to talk about the fight or look at the fight. That could happen. but that dude needs to stay
I
bunkered
used to
down.
believe that thought that like what you're saying maybe, but after, I mean, I didn't see anybody fire a shot in the direction of Obama, and I used to
Or
think
Trump.
and I was like, wow, there's a lot of people that really
when those
like,
two,
and not
when
one
these two were
person
so
fired a
opposed.
shot. I was like, yo, I used to believe you, bro. I would have been
Yeah.
100% on your thought of like, yeah, they'll probably shoot people
Same.
if he becomes president. But I'm like, nobody took a shot at Obama, and I mean, there's no racist redneck that walked in on his wife, you know what I mean? Like, or I've heard people like we've seen it, the people crying and divorcing their family and breaking up a family and just whatever, like losing businesses over political stances of how much they hated Trump, but nobody took a shot. And I'm like, yo, maybe
We're
you're
better
right.
than we think.
But
Yeah, because that's not the evil, dude. The evil is the government. The evil is the shadow government. The evil is people in power, whatever power source you want to look at, whether it's intelligence, whether it's the military, whether it's
You're right.
those are the
Shit.
evil.
You just kind of
People
woke
aren't
me to
evil.
that. You're right. It ain't the people that do it. It would
are
be the
angry,
government.
but in the end,
Yeah, but
like
the government
you
is made up of people.
said,
It's too many people to keep a secret. It's too many people to work together. It's too many people to do anything. You get 10,000 people together, get them on the same plan, and get no one to tell the secret. That's hard to do.
I mean, dude, Jeremy Crow said, didn't somebody try to attack Trump in public once? I mean, dude, didn't like George Bush
Probably, I don't
Jr.
know.
get a shoe thrown at him? And
I was just about to say the shoe. Come on.
come on, dude.
I think Nate hit it on the head. People
Oh,
are better.
McLovin made a good point. They took our guns.
I think we're better than we think we are.
They
Right.
took our guns.
Well, look. People are better than we are better people than we think we are. We're willing to throw it all away, like you said.
So how
We're
could they
stupid and walk
demonize
away,
this
but we're not gonna
technology?
take a
I want to
shot.
wrap this
That's
up
pretty
with
good.
that thought right here, Sean. Where do you think they could try to demonize this technology and use it against us like they've done with most things, right? They try to demonize the messengers, and then they'll try to demonize the technologies. We've seen the earlier demonizations of Bitcoin with Silk Road and, terrorism and all this. That was more ignorant, than more knowledgeful. And I'm curious, like, do you see, are you, like worried of any ways that we're going to see this, kind of false flag events, in crypto?
What, NFTs?
NFTs, cryptocurrencies in general. I mean, I could just drop some very, very legal, inappropriate content into somebody's wallet, and
yeah, I mean, you could do that with some NFTs,
right? So that's what I'm wondering. Like, have you thought about how they're gonna like sprinkle crack on people with this technology and discredit people with this technology?
I mean, if you know how to send someone, some shit, it's a lot easier to get that into their possession if it's a known wallet. When it comes to NFTs like porn or other stuff that could be could be
secret information, like what Edward Snowden did. Imagine if Edward Snowden released everything in NFTs and sold them all for $1.
Yeah,
infinite print.
Or how easy it would be to send it, encrypted to WikiLeaks.
Yes.
What if somebody just took the anarchist cookbook and was like, here's like an
I was thinking of that. I didn't want to bring it up because people they've already censored that so much, but that's like that's information.
But that's the point, is that we're at this stage of putting information on the blockchain permanently, and then people are taking ownership of it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the thing, is that it gets so sketchy so quick, because just somebody with one bad idea.
Have you seen the rug pull one, Sean? I know Nathan's aware of it. Somebody was selling NFTs, and before people were able to receive them, the images were rugs, instead of the original art.
But this was good though.
Yeah, it woke people up to the
fact, a positive thing.
That you may be, and this is why you can't edit a tweet. What if you retweet something and then somebody edits it to something else, and it looks like you're sharing that point of view?
You already pinned it. You already pinned that thing. You're like, wait, what'd you make this?
I have way too much fun with that on Facebook, by the way, because you can edit them. But yeah, I mean. You can edit NFTs, so imagine thinking you're buying something, right? You're actually doing the action of hitting buy, and then when you receive it, it is something illegal, and you actually bought it. What do you do?
Yeah.
Yep.
You There'd have to be like a return button, or I'd just send it back to the
What?
wallet.
No, there's some.
Oh, a return button.
There's
Yeah.
some.
Costs
There's
gas.
some NFTs that are non-transferable and non-burnable. You can't burn them, and you can't send them out. They're there in your wallet forever.
Yeah,
Man,
Yes.
it's an issue.
that
So
is
And
a-
I
this
thought
is the
about
thing, like,
this. Ready?
Yeah,
I have a
we've
solution.
had these discussions.
New wallet. You have to make
Yeah.
a new wallet all the damn time, like you make a new email for something. Like,
You
Yeah,
just
I guess
transfer
you're
everything
not
out. Shut
Yeah.
you're not 100% sure. You got to have a new wallet. Well, it's an NFT wallet, just a
and have a private
what kind of
wallet
wallet?
that you use to maybe send NFTs to and from your main public one, and you have like a tumbler in between. I mean, people, you know how you had to like tumble your coins just to get them into another wallet so people didn't know
Yeah.
where your money was going, and not that it was illegal, but just because you're sending me $10 in Bitcoin doesn't mean need to know how much I have in Bitcoin in my entire financial life's history.
Yeah, dude.
So
Our wallets will have a waiting room.
I think people are going to
eventually.
start doing what we knew we had to do in crypto, Bitcoin during the ICO boom and all this stuff for like this, I would say, digital hygiene. People are definitely going to have to get
Yeah.
more hygienic in the NFT space.
Speaking of wallets, I wanted to share something with you.
Gang.
But I'm not going to share it with any people on Facebook and stuff because I'm not as
All right, well, we're going to wrap things
not-
up right now.
I'm
so
not
let
as
people...
ostentatious as Ken. But I wanted to tell you what happened to me this weekend. I was logging into my portfolio, and when I log in, I got one on WorldCoin Index. It goes to my old one, like from 2018, and it was going up like huge. And I thought, oh, Divvy's moving, it's going back up. But then I go to my real one, and it's way less that it's going up. So I take a look, and Packcoin has like 30x'd, 50x'd. I was like, Packcoin? It's like, oh yeah, I used to run nodes on that, but it was so cheap. It was worth like 18 or $30 I had, and that's now worth 15,000. I opened the wallet, and it's like this is a year and like 9 weeks behind. So I had to try to like re-download everything. Had to get access to the wallet again. I get in, and dude, it was $14,000, $15,000 that was just sitting on my computer.
Congrats.
And you would put that on Facebook and rub everyone's face in it, but I'm not
I
gonna do
rubbed
that.
their
But
face in it like a bad dog who shit on the rug.
such a dick. I know. It's fucking
Your token head balance that you like to
Yeah.
screenshot and put
Hey
on
losers.
Insta.
Hey losers. Look what
What's
you don't
up,
have.
bro?
Yeah,
Look
get
at
back
you.
to work and
Listen
get off
to me.
Facebook.
Yeah, like get out of Canvas and start over. Finger paint, get some crayons.
I
And then
love that
monetize
Gary
that.
V is literally doing that. He's like, you know what? I'm gonna
It's good.
fucking finger paint. Fuck it.
Do it.
Everybody,
At least
I
he's
hope
doing
he's
it right.
inspiring people that don't think they have to be Gary V to do this.
Dude, I like that he's doing that over what Mark Cuban's doing because I think at
100%.
least because what Gary Vee is doing is helping people, like you said, like
They
it's
can do that.
inspiring artists and a lot of people from like business and finance. They're like, I used to draw in high school. I was in creative art program. Like, let me try this, and then they're having success, quitting day jobs. It's nuts. I love it.
Dude, congrats
I
on
don't-
that.
I don't
Pack.
work
I
anymore,
love
dude.
Packcoin, man. I'm a big fan. I've had them on the podcast a few times. I've hung out with them in Vegas. I love what they're doing. I'm a big fan of any blockchain that's done charity work, and Packcoin has done a lot of
They
charity
have a
work.
whole charity like
Yeah.
head to charity. Yeah.
Yeah, so I really am a big fan of Pack just in general of what they do, and I'm happy that we're running a node for them, and
I was running 5 nodes.
So
and-
imagine though your
Yeah.
come up right for you,
Mhm.
but while you were running that node, what they were doing with that currency for charities and how much they have gained to do more good for charities thanks to people like you running nodes. Like that's the real ROI, bro.
So really, thank you. I
Yeah,
guess.
that's I mean seriously, if you're doing
Honestly.
a node for a project like Packcoin, to me, that's like passive charity or in perpetuative
service.
charity, right? Like this
Mhm.
is infinite, charity. So I love that concept, and shout out to Packcoin. Zap may be my one little secret that I haven't bragged too much about, but something very similar. I had a pretty decent bag of Zap, and I'm like, I never really fucked with it. I just had it because Nick Spanos was cool, and like I'm a big fangirl for Nick Spanos, so I'm just like, hey, let me
Who's
have
not?
some Zap. And yeah, I mean, tis the season. You're in a bull run when there's literally 0 1-cent coins left on the board.
It's crazy,
There's
dude.
there's no such thing as a penny crypto anymore, bro. They don't exist.
I open wallets and look at things that used to be like he said, like $30 investments, and be like, oh, this is worth a couple grand.
Chain?
What happened?
Sean, are you a fan of chain games?
Oh, yeah, I've heard of it.
You can, if you play Call of Duty and or Apex Legends, which is coming out soon, you can log into their website with your Blizzard account, PlayStation or Xbox account, and when you're playing Call of Duty, if you get like the most headshots in that like time frame or that hour, you earn their cryptocurrency. So they have, exactly.
Apex Legends, is that a game? Is Apex Legends a game?
Apex Legends is an amazing game, way better than Call of Duty.
Are you sure? Are you sure it's a game? I don't know, man.
I was gonna play Ken, and Ken was like, "I don't think you can handle this. It's probably too advanced for you." I was like, "All right,
Ken is insane good at that game, dude.
Yeah, it's not a game; it's a lifestyle.
he was just like, "You don't want to." He's like, "I'm not trying to be rude, bro, but like, you don't want to play, man. It's just not gonna be any fun for you."
Dude, I'm not the same person when I play.
I felt like a child, like asking, like when I used to do fighting when I was young. And I'd be in the gym, and there'd be like a pro fighter, and I was like 12. I'd be like, "Could we spar?" And he'd be like, "No, what are you talking about?"
That's how I'm about Street Fighter 2, dude. It's like, you really want to play? I'll close my eyes.
It's funny when you get that reaction from people where they're like,
I got cotton mouth so bad. I need to get a drink, guys. Let's wrap this up.
All right, let's
Sean,
get out
let
of
people
here.
know where they can go and get in touch with you, follow you and your content.
Satoshi Sean on all the social medias, and Satoshi Sean on YouTube. We're supposed to be doing a drunk on crypto. We're doing a Tuesday. Oh, we're doing a St. Patrick's Day special. Happy St. Patrick's Day. You're gonna go to the Mummers Parade?
It's St. Patrick's Day?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow. That's what I mean. I was like, wait.
I'm part Irish.
Aren't you guys gonna go to the Mummers Parade down there?
Down there, yeah.
I don't.
Like, sorry, I don't know what anything is.
Dude. I'm a huge introvert, so the only time I leave my room is to go to like a blockchain event.
Ken, you got to go to the Mummers Parade.
I watch it on the TV, smoke a blunt in my room. I don't bother anybody.
Let's get you on one of those floats.
You got to hit Philly.
That's different, right? Now if I'm in the parade, of course I'll be there.
I can see you doing this all day. I feel like this is you, dude.
Do the
just princess. Throwing out little Bitcoin.
Got to do the princess wave, man. It's got to be. Yeah.
We're giving away a bunch of crypto. We're giving away some super valuable stuff.
Ooh, give me crypto.
We're giving away Clever, which
I love Clever. Big fan of them.
Yeah, we're giving away a bunch of Clever, which hits tomorrow on Uniswap. We're gonna give away some Cardanomaly, which is an IEO.
I think that's what they were waiting for. I'm supposed to jump out of an airplane with their logo on.
With Clever?
Yeah, Clever. I swear to God, the dude, I forget his name. Fuck. Yeah, his name's not easy. But yeah, their CEO and founder.
Brett. What are you talking about?
No, something with an M or whatever. I don't know. Anyway, somebody from their team replied to me and was like, "Dude, we'll pay you to jump out of an airplane." And I was like, "Wait, what?"
That is clever.
That is clever. I told him that would be a clever market. Like, I'll totally jump out of an airplane in one of your pink suits.
I just want to see you play with a dolphin.
Yeah, I can't wait to start into that. So you're going to be giving away Clever tomorrow on your live stream, Satoshi Sean on YouTube?
And Kids Crypto on YouTube. We're going to do a live stream, give away Clever, probably do something stupid. We're supposed to have a drunk on crypto, but Kiffs got too drunk the night before. So I'll call him out. I was pissed. I was ready to go. Nice. I told him, I was like, dude, you're all super drunk. Tomorrow you're going to be hangover. You're not going to want to do it. No, man, I'm professional. We're going to do it. Just getting started.
I'm professional.
I was like, no, you're not. Sure enough, wouldn't do it. Didn't do it.
He was trying to pregame. Went too hard.
I was like you last night, Ken. You had 9,000 milligrams, and you showed up right on time.
Yeah, shout out to John, Crypto Quandary, ACU 5, everybody last night, Nathan too. They were sending me super chats and made me eat edibles. So yeah, we're gonna wrap this up, guys. I'll be on Satoshi Sean's YouTube channel, so keep an eye out for that. We're gonna be talking about NFTs. He's gonna be asking me a bunch of questions. Tomorrow he's doing the St. Patrick's Day. If you want to grab some free Clever, download the Clever wallet, get ready, and join tomorrow. Satoshi Sean on YouTube. And as always, bros, have a day.
Have a day. Love you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hello, happy bro bros. Hey, you're about to get a face full of the Kenn Bosak. He's a mentor. That's what I heard. He's a connector. Oh yeah. He's a brilliant leader. I've seen it. He's Kenn Bosak. Oh, happy bro. You gotta get some Bitcoin and hold it. Happy bros. You gotta get those NFTs and you gotta hodl that stuff. You gotta hodl it. 'Cause I'm Kenn bro. We got your Bitcoin, bro. He's an original. Buy some NFTs and hold them. How many times does he have to tell you? Going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. Going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're gonna get real high. 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 Yeah, we're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. Bro, we're going to the moon. Oh yeah, we're going to the moon. We're gonna get real high. Real high. Yep. Real high. Hello, happy bros. Come get some Kenn Bosak.